Oh, we back with another one. Next up, Sports Talk. We back with another one. We gonna talk more about the Reggae Boyz, CEPHAS, and a lot of these impactful players that Jamaica has in the squad. Let go.
Sports talk, yeah, homie, now that's us. You ain't tuning in, then you're hustling backwards. We always keep it poppin', tell your partner to slide through. Every sporting event, just hit us up and we got you. Cause we what? Next up, next up, yeah. Next up, next up, yeah. Next up, next up, yeah. Next up, next up. Next up, sports talk. Don't even trill, homie, we got you.
Oh, man. Amazing to be back talking about the sport I love, which is football. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please hit the like button. Very important. If you're not going to do anything, just hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And drop a comment below, man. Share, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell more friends to tell more friends. Nexup Sports Talk, we're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. So buckle up, man. Buckle up that seatbelt. It's going to be a wild ride to 2026 World Cup. But as we talking about the World Cup, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about another talent has emerged out of the crop of players that Jamaica has. Out of the crop of the Reggae Boyz, another player has risen to the top. We're talking about Ronaldo CEPHAS. CEPHAS was in doubt having certain games here and there, but this game against Dominican Republic, he showed his quality. He shows with his pace, with his movement, he can create a lot of damage when he touches the field. Whenever CEPHAS touches the field, dynamic, explosive type of talent. But it would seem that Jamaica has a lot of individual explosive talent. From defense go all the way up to forward. When given the opportunity, they can be explosive and they can be dangerous. But those areas, those weaknesses in their games, they need to be worked on. Rome wasn't built overnight, but you got a player like CEPHAS who has a lot of pace. CEPHAS needs to be put in a position that he doesn't have to make too much decisions. The decision's kind of made for the football gods, made the decision for him. So his decision making is not exposed. Practices should be about in swinging. It should be about when CEPHAS is attacking down that left side, the options that he has, the options need to be very clear. The options need to be open for CEPHAS so he doesn't have to overthink it. He doesn't have to overthink the decisions that he's making. He can just make the decisions. I think it's very, very, very important. But you look at it, Damari Gray, individual talent. Shamar Nicholson, individual talent. Dixon, Beckford, individual talent. Richard King, individual talent. Deshard Bernard, Ethan Pinnock, Whisper, Dujon Richards, Leon Bailey, individual talents. Just to name a few, Bobby Reed, Michael Hector, individual talents. I implore the coach, please find a system that gets these individual talents to look phenomenal. Get this individual talent to look phenomenal. Play at a high level that they're capable of based on the system. You have one or two individual talents that are shining bright like a diamond because of the advantages that they have on the pitch. They might be, in terms of CEPHAS, 1v1 with a player that can't keep up with the pace. What about the natural talented of these players who can have these disadvantages matchups? The coach has to find the right system that puts these players in advantage versus the defense. Likewise, on the defensive end, a lot of long strong defensive players, but the system got to be linked. The midfield got to be linked. Everything got to be linked together. I think that's the job of the coach. The coach, Hargrimson, has a tough task. A lot of great talent. A lot of great individual talent. We need to get the team aspect together now. We need the team to be on one page, on one accord, on one movement, on one link as we go and qualify for the World Cup. As we go into other competitions like Copa America, the togetherness of the team is very important. The link-up play and the togetherness of the team is very, very, very important. The team, no, the fans came like, oh, I didn't have this player. Oh, I didn't have that player. No, we got talent. We got enough talent. We got enough talent. We need to plug and play them in the right areas so they can be effective. You don't want to overload one side of the field. You want to balance out the field. You want to attack from the left and from the right while the middle's controlling and your defense is strong. You want the connection play between these players, these you're going to play these diagonal balls. The connection got to be stronger between these players. Non-verbal connection. Non-verbal connection. But you got CEPHAS is talented. You got Demarai Gray. Now we're talking about Demarai Gray's talented. Who's going to play over who? Instead of trying to figure out to use their skill set together. You look at England. They got Jude Bellingham. They got Phil Foden. They got Saka. They got all these individual talents that they never had together as ones. Or it's been a few decades. It's a good problem to try to figure out how to play them together. To get the best out of them together. Jamaica is in that place right now where we got some individual talents that we need to play together. Because you got Demarai Gray, you got CEPHAS, and you got Whisper that can play on the left side. He can play on the right side. So you have options that I feel like needs to be used. I think that the coach needs to figure out the best way, not in the game, in the training pitch, and figure out how to put these players in the right position together. Very, 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 very important. Once Coach Hargrimson and the staff can figure out how to get these crop of players to play together and play at a high level, it'll be something phenomenal. CEPHAS had an amazing game against Dominican Republic, but it could be better. It could be better. He could have been single-handedly dominating this Dominican Republic team with just one or two better decision-making. But that comes from the coaching staff. You make adjustments. You bring a player closer to him. You bring a player wider. They have to know how each other plays and complement. They're not playing complementary football. Complementary football is not easy. It's very difficult to play complementary football. But that's what's going to take you into the round of 16, into the quarterfinals, the semifinals, when you play complementary football. Where you have all these skilled and talented players use their skill and talent to complement the game that's being played on the pitch. That's my take. Jamaica has a lot of impactful players in the squad. They need to be used better. It's Francis, Nexup Sports Talk. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe if you like the content. Tell a friend to tell a friend if you like the content. Let's discuss football in depth. I like to go in depth when I'm describing football. That's how much I love the game. Peace and love to each and every one of you. If you agree with me, let me know in the comment section that Jamaica has a crop of sensational talents, but need to be used in complementary football. Peace and love, y'all.